Yeah. Hey yo, man, it's your time. And fuck poverty. Get this money, man. What the fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Film Leroy the Judgmental Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Phil in the house.
And I'm Leroy. So what's been going on, Phil?
Nothing much, just maintaining, surviving.
Surviving what? Daily living or?
Yes. Dealing with a year old. I got construction going on in the house all week. Just everything.
Uh-huh. And how long has the construction been going on?
2 weeks now. Today should be their last day.
Okay, good.
They pretty much. He said it was gonna be from Saturday to Saturday, and it should have been done last Saturday. But he's doing so much shit. I knew when he said that it wasn't gonna be Saturday. It was gonna be the third Saturday. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's cool because he had to knock down a wall and tear like all this shit out. So you know how I had a walk-in closet in my bedroom?
Uh-huh.
Took that wall down and made the bathroom bigger, and then sealed that wall off. You gotta come see it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He had like the you know how they had the bathroom fitters with like a little big tub connected to the wall frame thing?
Yeah.
Tore all that shit out, and now we have like a jacuzzi tub.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's get into it. We're going to go to Houston, Texas, where we got 51-year-old Karen Stewart accused of killing her boyfriend over a love triangle. Here's the report.
Well, a surprise twist today for a murder suspect in Spring, Texas, caught in a love triangle.
A woman accused of killing her lover over his other lover finds out that he had a wife all along too. Fox 26's Tiffany Justice live with this deadly affair.
The wife saying the ME's office finally released the body to her after confusion over who was the real wife. A love triangle.
The anchor woman's named Tiffany Justice. Now, do you believe that's some...
Leaves a Spring man dead. The Harris County Sheriff's Office saying an adult female, Karen Stewart, advised responding deputies that she shot her husband after he told her he was in love with another woman. That other woman was with him at the time. Karen Stewart is now in jail, charged with murder. Bond set at
What a hell of a mugshot.
$75,000.
Yeah.
The love triangle unfolding as investigators learn more. Stewart is a girlfriend of James Hardgrove, the victim. James married but recently separated.
I got the call that my husband had been shot, and they took him to Houston Northwest. He didn't make it. It's very hard to believe. We've been married for 14 years. It's very hard to believe.
Sandra Hardgrove, the wife, is in disbelief, saying they separated in November and that she was unaware of the other women.
I've never met the person. I have no idea. My knowledge is she's a caregiver.
She says James was her best friend and they spoke every other day.
Yeah. You separate from your best friend, and he spoke to you every day about what?
And he got 2 other chicks, but he talked to you every day.
Right. Nah, I don't believe that at all.
Something funny going on too, because she look a lot younger, and for them to be together for 14 years, something else is going on in that situation.
Talk to me every other.
Well, it is Texas, and you know how they do in the South. They like them young.
Today, I haven't really seen him since my nephew's wedding, but I talked to him every other day. He just recovered from COVID. He had been in the hospital. He was there 5 months. He couldn't walk. He had 2 heart attacks, a stroke, his kidneys failed, and he had just recovered from all of that.
So he had all these health issues, and she just separated from him in November.
Mm-hmm.
So did she leave him when he was on like his deathbed and when he was about to die and shit?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So he's got to be like shit a whole lot older than her, because she don't look that old in the picture.
He's I want to say 51, but let me look. Do they have his? They don't have his age here. Yeah. They don't have his age here. But that woman, the woman that killed him, is 51 years old. So he's got to be in his 50s, because there ain't no way in the hell that he gonna be in his young 40s or something and messing with her.
Health problems too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he have all those health problems, but he got 2 women. Damn.
3.
Well, they divorced. The wife divorced.
Well, he was
So
talking.
I ain't count her. Oh yeah, they talked every other day. I'm sorry.
So for him to make it through all of that to end like this is real disheartening.
Funeral services are set for this weekend. Stewart has been charged with felony murder. Reporting live, Tiffany Justice, Fox 26 News.
All right, Tiffany.
What'd you say?
I said, all right, Tiffany.
Well, there's more, Phil. Because we say deputy said the other woman, a 41-year-old, was with Hargrove when he was killed. She told deputies that she thought the pair was in an open relationship. So the 41-year-old wasn't even tripping that he had other women. Cause
Right. Damn, player.
Yeah. Damn, and then he got 2 heart attacks, a stroke, he couldn't walk, and still playing. God damn.
Jumping 3 different females. That's what caused him a heart attack.
Cheers to you, player. Cheers to you. Rest in peace. But another thing, sir. There's more. According to East Baton Rouge Parish records, Stewart, then Karen Jones, was arrested in 2016 for a domestic violence incident. Deputies said her husband required medical attention after she ran over him with a car. So she already got a streak of
Crazy.
Damn, boy. Damn, why a player like that gotta go so fast, man? Motherfucker was on his deathbed and heart attacks and strokes and couldn't walk and damn. What you say?
Still playing.
Well, Philip, we're gonna go to one of our favorite cities, Memphis, Tennessee. We got this young lady, Jasmine Rice, said she bought an AR-15 to protect herself. Here's the report.
A Westwood woman wants to clear her name after police say she bought an AR-15 off the street and used it to fire shots at...
Oh, you laughing at that mugshot?
2 women outside her home. WRG's Bria Jones spoke one-on-one with that woman about the encounter and joined us live from 201 Poplar to share.
Stop laughing, because I just heard you laughing at this reporter here.
Her side of the story. Bria, what did she have to say? Did she indeed admit to buying this AR-15?
Jesus Christ.
Well, 70 Jasmine.
What the fuck is on her head? She wouldn't be that bad. She wouldn't be that bad if she got this shit on her head. And did you think that was cute?
That's why I said Jesus Christ, Bria.
You got that long flowing Farrah Fawcett hair. You got to be kidding. And like, this is a news channel.
Admitted to me she bought the AR-15 for $200 off the streets. She says she bought it to protect herself from a group of women.
She's full of shit too, by the way.
Who threatened her life. This violent text, too vulgar to fully show, includes the line, "You gon' get beat," just as simple as that. It's why Jasmine Rice says she was all smiles.
Dumb white people there just thought this shit was hilarious.
In this mugshot after her arrest for 2 counts of aggravated assault on Saturday.
When they want to jump me, that's life-threatening for me.
In the affidavit, 2 women told police they were walking near Rice's home in the Levi Landing complex in the Westwood area when she fired shots toward them from an AR-15. But Rice tells a different story. She says the women used to be her friends and were upset she had FaceTimed the father of one of the girl's children.
He said
she slept with him. Ain't no FaceTime and shit. Yeah, does this woman look like you just want to sit and FaceTime her? Homeboy, they was rolling around together, and her own former friends found out, and that's why they wanted to whoop her ass.
And they just happened to be walking down the street. They came to jump her.
Right.
to her because they got some issues going on with her last baby where it's not supposed to be his. And like I told him, why use my picture as a pawn?
After numerous threats, Rice tells WREG she filed this report on Friday evening. That night, she says she bought the assault rifle off the street, not knowing the girl.
So we ain't even going to question that she bought a damn AR-15 for $200 off the street. The damn gun was probably stolen or probably had a damn body on it, one or the other two. But they don't even mention
one for $200.
Exactly. They don't even mention that you bought an AR-15 for $200.
Mm-hmm.
And all she
You would have to meet me at the gun shop.
And all she got charged with was an assault. And this is Tennessee. Now you know she could easily went and got a gun, a legal gun. I'm talking about. She could have easily went and got a legal gun.
No, she can't.
Would
That's why
return
she
to-
went to the damn streets.
So you trying to say she's a felon and can't get one?
her home the next day.
They came kicking my door. I said, get from my house. They so big and bold. They not scared. They want to fight so bad. So yeah, I fired in there. Boom.
Look how she said I fired boom, and where she's holding the gun all the way down low at.
She don't know what she's doing. Been shot her fucking toes off.
Exactly. Thank God nobody got hurt.
They dug down, and she laughing.
Rice says
she's like holding it like she's like holding like a musket or something.
Right, like a shotgun on the hip.
Right.
fired 4 shots in the air.
I had to handle my business. I got 4 children in here. My mom is in here.
After that, she says the women busted her bedroom window days later, and she says the threats haven't.
So you mean to tell me after she has a gun and she shot in their direction, they still bust her windows out?
Well, that don't sound right.
No, right.
Stopped. She says it's unfair. She had to post a $40,000 bond and is now being forced to move when they are in the wrong.
Do you regret buying the gun and firing the
No, ma'am, you're in the wrong.
shot?
I do not regret it. I'm going to protect my home. I'd rather protect myself than let somebody beat me before I get justice.
And the funny thing, say it again.
Let them come in.
The funny thing is people, the idiot comments on YouTube is like, yeah, that's just a mother protecting her family. Like if a man said, if they had the same report and they said a man purchased a gun for $200, AR-15 for $200 off the street, they would have questioned that. This reporter,
why didn't they even say nothing about that?
Exactly. She didn't even get charged with it.
Right. They didn't say if it was registered. It was illegal. Well, it definitely was an illegal purchase.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't know if so. Like you said, is the body on there? Is the serial number scratched off? They don't even make mention of that.
Nope. The reporter didn't mention it or nothing. That's them keeping the damn G code, the girl code, sticking up for each other. The G code, because if that was a man, he would have been charged. All she got was was charged for assault. She didn't get charged for the gun. That's ridiculous. And a reporter here, I'm like, did you go to school? You ain't even mention anything about this gun that she got off the street for $200, an AR-15.
Yep.
No, Rice tells me she has filed another.
It's that hair on top of her head. That's the problem.
Police report against the women. I did go to the home of.
Damn, she needed talking to. She wouldn't be that bad if she wouldn't have that thing on top of her damn head. It don't even look right.
Listed in the affidavit, but she
and then
declined to talk.
Is she hot? Because her neck is like a
come on, man. You know that's how big girls do.
Reporting live from outside 201 Poplar, Bria Jones, WREG News, Channel 3.
Her mother is out.
God damn, a darn AR-15 for $200. Well, all right, Phil, we going to our second favorite state, Florida. We going to Miami-Dade County, of course, where we got 33-year-old Katie Sewell going to a junior high school to whoop a kid's ass with a belt that attacked her kid. Here's the report.
Outraged after she says another parent walked into a school and hit her child with a belt, and tonight that other parent is facing charges connected to that incident. NBC6 reporter Ryan Nelson has the story.
Hey, that's how they used to do back in the day.
Yeah, I seen that way too many times. Look, I seen parents go to school to try to beat up the teacher.
Yeah, my mom.
Watch.
I'll never forget that story. It was he was I think he was a math teacher, but this man was old. This man was like a couple of years from retiring, that type of old. And it was a kid in there. He was like the class clown, wanted to make jokes and hooting and hollering and all that type of stuff. Wasn't doing his work. So the teacher had failed him. So he came up to school. This was in the I want to say this was the 11th grade. So so the teacher had felt him, so he got a report card and he was saying that, man, I'm gonna get my mom to come up here and whoop your ass. And the guy paid no attention to him. He paid because he was like the class clown, like busting jokes and all that stuff. I guess he thought he was joking around. And I got another teacher story too. I'll tell after this one. So he was like, man, she gonna come up here. And then he would like give like the countdown and shit. He was like, man, she coming up here today. You better watch it. Or you got an hour left. She coming up here. And she came up there. And now, like I said, this man had to be around about 73, 74 years old, brittle old dude. And the mom, she come up there, she jumping up all in his face. She did that taking her shoes off. I don't know what the hell kind of thing where you take your shoes off to fight. The dumbest thing ever, but she did
rumble in a female's mind when they do that.
Yeah, so I can step on your foot and break your foot. You need your foot to throw a punch. So if I ain't even going to even try to swing, I ain't going to swing at you. I'm just going to walk up next to you and just put all my weight on your feet. And hopefully you break your foot. And how you going to throw punches and your feet hurting? So she did all that, like jumping. She jumped all the face, and he did that, like, you know, like jumping back with his hands up in the air. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like saying to myself, I can't believe this shit. So they got so he did that. Remember the phones back in the day where you pick it up and it would just like automatically call the front desk that they used to have in school? He did one of those, and they had got a security guard to come in there. And this
what he should have did is when he said you got an hour and she be here, he should have been made the call.
Yeah.
That way you got cops, security, whoever gonna come up there. He's making threats. His mom won't come up here to kick my butt, and then if she show up, you already.
Yep. He was like, "Yep, my mom coming up here in an hour. Oh, you got a half an hour. She coming up here," and she came up there. So the second story, this was in 12th grade, and so 12th grade I went to Bartram Communications Academy. Now you remember Bartram Communications Academy used to be the freshman center. So they used to let us.
So you went there for the 12th grade?
Yeah. They had this is when they you see, you know how they got charter schools now? This was like the start of charter schools. So it would be like,
so did everybody at the school in 12th, like how they did the freshmen?
No. This was a special school where they did it. It was weird as though 11th grade they had came to us and said, well, we're going to start like making like these little special charter schools. Like one school would be like math and science. If you was interested in math and science, you would go to that school. And communications was working on we would do like our own TV shows and all that stuff. So we would work on camera equipment and knew how to edit and all that stuff. Pause, ladies and gentlemen. They taught us how to edit and all that shit, but this was like in the 90s, so this equipment is like super old now, so I wouldn't know how to do that shit now. So they was like, well, look, if you interested in learning about editing and making TV shows and all that stuff, sign up to this school. It wasn't destined if you can get in there. I guess it was like a first come, first serve thing. So that's what the school I chose. I chose that school, number one, because that sounded interesting, and number two, it was down the street from my house. So if the class started at 8:30, I can leave my house at like a quarter after and make it there on time. So at lunchtime, they used to let us leave. You only had a half an hour, so they used to let us leave, and people used to go to McDonald's, McDonald's in the Penrose Plaza and all that stuff. See, I didn't do that because about time you go there, you walk up there, you order your food, you even gotta like eat while you go down the street. Right. Yeah, because you're gonna be late. So it was like I ain't never really do that. So I just normally just bought my lunch or whatever. Well, it was a teacher there. I remember this teacher's name, but I'm not gonna mention her name on here. She was like one of them young teachers, how we talk about the young teachers in school now. She was like she had to be like in her early 20s. She had to be like 23, 24. Cool as hell. But one thing about her is she didn't play. She didn't play at all. And you can laugh and bust jokes in her class, but you better do your work or she fell you in a heartbeat. So as like I said, she's in her early 20s, so we all had kind of had something in common. We all were young, you know what I mean, whatever. So the kids she was cool with, she would drive them to Burger King. So so all the students knew her car or whatever because all the kids used to be in it.
She asked for trouble.
So so the class clown, the one that be busting jokes and yeah, you see, she used to be in the TV shows like we are. Like at that time, it was like Martin and all that shit. So she was like, oh man, you see Martin? Oh yeah, bang bang bang, boom boom boom, you know, all that type of shit. So he was like one of those, another class clown, busting jokes, talking about TVs and all that stuff. He used to be in her car going to Burger King and all that stuff. She was one of the kids that he liked, but he didn't do his work, so she failed him. And he was like he was like, man, if I was about to just say her name. He was like, man, if the teacher failed me, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna slash her tires. He like did that laughing talking thing. He's like, man, I'm just gonna if I know I get an F, I'm just gonna slash her tires. And he got that F. You know what he did? Fucking slashed her tires and shit.
Damn.
Yep. I'm like, look, that's what you get. You don't let them kids know your car and all that shit. No, we cool and all that, but I'm not taking you to no Burger King and all that stuff. That's number one. And number two, I won't want them damn kids in my car anyway, because they can lie and say, oh, the teacher tried to touch me or something like that. And it's your story against theirs. So I'm sorry to go off track, ladies and gentlemen, but here's the rest of the report of the woman bringing the woman another kid's ass because that kid touched her kid. Here we go.
Police say the woman seen in this surveillance video marched onto a school campus on Thursday and beat a child with the belt, then went on the run. She was booked into jail about 10 hours ago. Florida City PD says this was 33-year-old Katie Ann Sewell on Thursday.
She's like, let me tell you something, little motherfucker.
Swinging that belt too, bro.
Yeah. She really ain't that bad looking neither. And it's funny how these 33-year-olds got kids and shit. They like way younger than me with damn kids, and think this is junior high.
Swinging a belt and beating a child at a Florida City private school. And they say this was Sewell on Saturday, appearing in a mugshot after being arrested and booked into the Miami-Dade County Jail.
This lady was at work, left her job, and attacked my child.
Zandre Pollard says her son was on the receiving end of the belt attack. She opened up to NBC6 Thursday night about the incident at the Bethel.
Say it again.
I said she should have raised him right, so he wasn't a badass to be getting ass whooping at school.
No. She gonna break it down. What happened? She gonna break it down. Oh, hold on.
Seventh-day Adventist private school. Pollard says it all started when her son was being bullied by another student.
The mom comes in fussing and cussing at my child and just beat him in his face, in his head, in his face, his arm.
After the incident between the two children on Thursday, Pollard said Sewell, the mother of the other child, showed up on campus.
He called and said somebody was bullying him, fat shaming him, and he picked up the child and he dropped the child back down on his feet. He was being bullied. He defended himself, and then
I don't believe he just picked him up.
No, that's what I'm saying. We hearing her side of the story. She gonna side with her kid.
And the mom came and she was hitting all on him, whipping him with a belt.
Sewell's arrest coming 2 days after the incident. Florida City PD says she went on the run after the belt beating attack. A PD spokesperson saying in part, quote, "Our detectives had been working the case since the incident, but she fled and did not go home or work. The detectives' diligent efforts were able to get her."
So she lost her job. She got a charge. I sure hope it was worth it.
I don't think her kid was bullying that the other kid. I think that other kid probably was doing something to make a parent come up there like that. There has to be more to the story.
Her into custody Saturday morning. Since Thursday's incident, a judge has granted Pollard a temporary restraining order against Sewell. Now Sewell faces 3 charges, including child abuse without great bodily harm. Those 3 charges carry a total bond amount of about $6,000. Reporting.
Well, my thing is,
hold on. How was that child abuse without bodily harm? If the lady whipped his ass, is that
Exactly.
bodily harm?
Yeah, well, just like we said with the other girl, you see how they charging these women now, and they giving them like light sentences. Now we just seen in the video her hitting the kid with the belt. And my thing is, see, I blame the school because in 2022, how is this woman getting in a school like that and just willy nilly nillying around and nobody sees her?
Right. As soon as you come to the school, you should have to go through some type of security or something. Somebody should be right there. That way, anybody just can't come into school.
Right. So what you come up there for? Like, okay, what's your reasons for being here?
To whoop ass.
No, but that's what they should have asked her. What's her reasons for being here? Now you can't say, okay, I want to see my kid. We can say, well, hold on, we'll bring your kid down here in the main office or whatever they call it. She shouldn't have to be willy nilly walking around like that. This is 2022. The things that people be doing in schools and stuff, and she can just walk into school like that. I blame the school more than anything.
In Northwest Miami-Dade, Ryan Nelson, NBC6 News.
Yeah. She said, little motherfucker, come bring your ass here.
Well, I now I just tell you my school story. I was cutting up in gym class. This had to be like I want to say like the 5th grade. I was like real young. 5th grade, I want to say. And I know it wasn't. I wasn't in 6th. It had to be either the 5th or the 4th. I was cutting up, and so the gym teacher told me I had to stay on the bleachers. As soon as he turned his back, I was off the bleachers having a good old time playing. He just yoked me up, snatched me right up, and dragged me over there and set me on the bleachers. I think he probably dropped me on the bleachers. And I was like, damn, and I was salty or whatever. So when I went home, I mean, I wasn't like crying or nothing, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But when I went home, my mom was like, how was your day at school? You know how when you're a kid and you start telling people, and next thing you know, you start sniffing and crying and stuff?
Right.
And well, that's how it was. I was like, well, in gym class, Mr. Blankety Blank, he grabbed me, dude, he grabbed me. I started crying, like telling her the story. Man, she went off. She was like, I'm coming up to the school tomorrow with you. She came up there, you know, my mom was a beast back in the day. She came up there raising hell. She was trying to see the teacher, but they wouldn't let her see him. But she was cursing everything.
So what happened? Did the teacher?
What happened after that? No, I don't think he got in trouble. I can't remember. I just remember the situation that happened. You know what I mean? Right. I know ain't nobody. None of them teachers never grabbed me again. And I saw him in the gym class after that. I don't think he even said a word to me after that.
Because see, back in the day, teachers can do shit like that.
Right.
They used to take rulers and hit kids with a ruler and all that shit. But see, me, I wouldn't. If my kid had told, same thing like with your mom. If my kid had told me that a teacher had put their hands on my child or shit, anybody child, and getting hit with rulers and all that shit, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. That's not your place. That's a parent's place. If the kid's doing something wrong, write them up. Send them in the principal office.
Do you remember you probably don't remember, but where Mr. Gaze at, if you go like up the street, it was a bar on the corner, then a daycare center, and then a lot. You know what I'm talking about on Woodland Avenue?
The bar was white and has that green.
Right.
Yeah.
Not coming this way, but going the other way. Right. So it's like a little poppy store, but across the street is a lot. Well, there used to be a big church right there. It was past school, like church school, like a Catholic school, and they had like nuns there. Well, we went to that school, and we used to cut up. The nuns used to take the pad out and tear your ass up with it. And all of the parents that had their kids at the school, they knew like the nuns was beating the kids. You know what I mean? When the kids was acting up.
Right.
And I remember one time, me and Hal, who's my older brother, me and him didn't do our homework. She was like, Philip and Harold, get in the hallway. And we got in the hallway. And then she was asking us about like why we do our homework and all this. And then I started crying with her. Like, I'm sorry, this and that. I'm gonna do my homework, this and that. And she was like, get back in the classroom. She told me go back in the classroom. And man, I could hear Hal in the hallway hollering. Man, I guess he couldn't think fast on his feet or something. But she tore his ass up in the hallway.
Yeah, no.
It don't happen because like after they beat you, then they tell the parents like, your kid did blankety blank and we had to pop them or we had to give them the pad or whatever. You know what I mean? It was like understood, and that's how I learned a lot about the Bible and all that, because we had all them nuns and them sisters around tearing us up.
No, I ain't with that shit. No, if my kid do something wrong, you got the parents' number. Write them up on a pink slip.
Yeah, see,
Send
like
it
you
to the
said, that's
principal.
old school. That shit don't go on like that no more.
Right. Well, Philip, we got to talk about our Sixers. Sixers lost Game 5 to the Miami Heat. What was it 99-90? Well, that's the
Yeah,
score. Yeah, that's the score, but it wasn't close at all. So let's talk about well, we gonna start off with Embiid or Sixers center Joel Embiid talking about James Harden.
I mean, I don't know. I think he's been obviously. I'm sure, since we got him, everybody expected the Houston James Harden, but that's not who he is anymore. He's more of a playmaker. I thought, at times, could have been, as all of us, could have been more aggressive. All of us, whether it's Tyrese or Tobias or, guys coming off the bench.
Then the idiots on the tweet that this was on, they're saying, "Yeah, man, he keep it real, man. He don't hold his water." Like, no, you can't talk about your teammates like that publicly. You can't talk about them. So he pretty much just said that James Harden is washed up. So if he washed up, why would the Sixers want to sign him to a max deal? If the best player on the team said he was just washed up.
And he was the one praising the trade when it happened. So what you think it was why are you talking about Houston? You didn't get him from Houston. You got him from the Nets when he was averaging 22 points. And this year he averaged 21, and it was worse in the playoffs. And his playoff numbers are on par with his normal playoff numbers. Every year, James Harden stinking up in the playoffs. And when we made that trade for him, I told people that. I told the doctor that I worked with that. He said, well, we can't. We just got to hope that James Harden in the playoffs don't show up. I said James Harden is not a rookie. He's a veteran. If he's been in the league over 10 years, and for the 10 years that he's been in the league, this has been his playoff performance. This is who he is. You know what I mean? And I called it too. I said, we ain't getting out the second round.
I kept telling people at work the same thing. I said, they're not beating Miami. And if they
Some idiots on the radio, they were saying that the idiots on the radio were saying Miami is not that good. Miami is not a team that should be playing in the Eastern Conference. This is before we lost, because they was all saying that we still can win and anything could happen in the Game 7. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they was like, Miami is not that good, especially after we beat them 2 games ago. That's when they was blowing up. Yeah, we should just finish them off, this and that. They was talking all moving on and stuff. I said, these dudes is idiots. You know what I mean?
But go ahead.
I just want to say back to Embiid though, it's fucked up how every playoffs Embiid is hurt, so you can't blame him fully. I do, but the media won't, because they say, well, he gave it his all. He was hurt. Man, he had the worst field goal percentage on the whole team at 29% for the game. Like, and if you look at his last 2 games, he pretty much played bad. You know what I mean? He didn't dominate for a big man. He want to shoot fadeaway. He was 2 for 8 from 3-point range. Why is he shooting fadeaway threes? He like ran to the line like his name was Reggie Miller and shot a fadeaway 3. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yep. And we have, going back to James Harden, he was 4 for 9 for 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 9 assists. Why is James Harden only shooting the ball 9 times?
Because somebody paid him to not shoot. He's one of those guys. If his head ain't in the game, he don't give a shit. And what happens with him is because he's always out of shape in the off season, and then he got to get in shape for the regular season. By the time the regular season is over, he's spent from trying to get in the shape and then being in that shape throughout the season. Playoffs roll around, he's spent. You can see it. The shoulders dragging, he walking and looking up and down the court. His pass is not crisp. And usually James Harden got a good handle. He dribbling off his own foot. He was a mess out there.
Mr. Harden, you're not Shaquille O'Neal. You're not 7 foot or 300 pounds. Shaquille O'Neal can do that shit and get away with it. Nobody would say anything to him. But shit, he the biggest man out there. So what can you say? But James Harden, you can't get out of shape well, it's too late for him now because he's in his 30s. But you can't get out of shape and thinking you're gonna get back in shape just by playing basketball. It don't work like that. It don't work.
Right, and I blame. It's 3 people. Well, it's 4 people I blame. But I give the coach the least out of all 4. even though the coach is a shitty coach and he probably should have got fired.
Mm-hmm.
I blame James Harden the most, Embiid number 2, Tobias Harris number 3, and then the coach.
All right, so why James Harden number 1?
James Harden number 1 because he didn't shoot the ball, didn't give a shit. He was 4 for 9, and so you can't even say he struggled. He didn't even like put up a fight. Like, and I would be more happy if he was fucking, I don't know, 4 for 20 or 5 for 20 or something like that. At least you know he tried.
Right.
But 4 for 9, that shows you he didn't even try. He didn't even care. He had one shot in the second half during quality minutes, and then his second shot came when they was already down by 20. So that shows you right there his heart. He ain't got no heart. He wasn't in the game.
And why Embiid?
Because Embiid, every year in the playoffs, he's hurt. He stink up the joint, shooting jumpers, and then he want to point the finger at other people. He was 7 for 24 for 29%, 2 for 8 from 3-point range. You're the biggest man on the court. When he get the ball down low, they can't stop him, but he refused to go down there. They dragging on him, hanging on him, putting him on the foul line. He's supposed to be racking up those fouls, getting those guys out of the game, getting the team in foul trouble, making his 85% from the free throw line, and we moving on to the next round. But he'd rather shoot jumpers and stuff.
And would you say number 3 was Tobias?
Yes.
All right, why Tobias?
Tobias is on a max contract, and he's 6 for 13. Like he was out there, but we went a whole quarter without him even touching the ball, but he's on the floor. Like after a while, when you're a max player, after a while, you got to be like, yo, give me the ball. You got to say something. He just like, whatever, well, since they the stars, like, dude, you're one of the top highest paid players in the league. You on a max deal. You supposed to be balling. You supposed to get more than some damn 14 points from you.
Well, hell, did you expect anything less? Did you expect anything more?
The 14?
Of Tobias. Did you expect anything more?
Yes.
Like Tobias is average all around anyway.
But he's a max player. Like he was averaging 20 points. That's why he got the max contract.
Right.
And then before this series, look at last series. He had 16, 19, 27, 21. He was balling last series. Then this series he got a 9, a 12, a 13, and a 14. So he disappeared in round 2. Where in round 1 he was earning his money.
See, I'm like the guy's just like he does everything average. I'm not talking bad about him or anything like that. I'm like he wasn't even worth a max deal anyway. Pretty much what Jimmy Butler said. He ain't worth a max deal anyway. So I mean, I don't know what you expect from the guy. He's one of the guys that they need to get rid of, but they can't because who's going to take on that contract unless they buy him out?
Yeah. And what I'm saying is, before he got the max contract, he averaged like 20 points and he was doing good. He still wouldn't have been a max player, and they gave it to him and made him max. So at least you got to do that. If he played like he played in the first round, like he played in the second round, we probably would have advanced. But he disappeared. Him and Harden disappeared. And B just stunk up the joint and he got hurt like always. They said Embiid made the playoffs 5 years. And out of the 5 years, 4 of those years he was sick or hurt in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said last week, ladies and gentlemen, y'all wanted James Harden. You got sometimes life ain't fair, but sometimes you get what you want. You got what you wanted, and this is what you're gonna get because I'd have just stayed with the same people I had. I wouldn't have traded for James Harden. I would have tried to talk Ben into playing.
Well, the thing is, somebody needs to talk to Embiid because Embiid, the coach too. The coach is an idiot. Because the coach should have, and I like that sit down that Shannon did with our old boy from the Golden State, their old coach. What's his name?
The shimmy guy, the shoulder shimmy. What is his name? Damn it.
The coach.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson. There you go. Yeah, the shimmy. Okay. Yeah, Mark Jackson said the same thing. The coach should have never said, "I don't know if I can win the championship without Ben," and then turn around and say, "They took my words out of context." No, you said it. Mm-hmm. And then you should have been man enough to say, "I didn't mean that." Of course we can. Like even if you said that the next day or the day after that, it was smoothed over. And B always point the finger when he lose. So he say the turning point when we got 1 point instead of getting 2 points off a dunk. That was the turning point when we lost the game. How about we lost the game and you dribbled the ball off your foot and they picked it up and ran the other way for 2 points? Shit, at least we got 1 point out of Ben bullshit. We got 0 and they got 2 off of your shit. And he had 8 turnovers in that game. So how did you point the finger at anybody?
Right.
But of course, the people, the Embiid people will say, well, he played hurt. I don't want to hear that shit.
Well, he played, so it don't
Exactly.
matter.
Exactly.
He
If you want
played.
to,
If he was
yep.
hurt so bad, he would have just sat out.
Because when he hurt and he had those good games, don't nobody say nothing. So if he
Right.
hurt and he have the good games, he hurt and having the bad games, he still get the full blame. So they messed it up with Ben, and they thought, and I said that. I said, so you're giving up one of the best wing players, and you're giving up two good backup players. And what's the name had his breakout year last year? Seth, I think he averaged like 15 to 16 points. I said, you're giving that up for an older Harden that scores that don't play defense. You know what I mean? That disappears in the playoffs. I said, that don't sound like a fair trade. And you gave up a draft pick?
Yep.
Because remember, before they kept saying, when we're going to trade Ben, we're going to get a player and a draft pick. We wound up giving away a draft pick instead of getting one.
Mm-hmm.
I called Mike, and I said, Mike, you remember when we was talking about this? And me and Roy said, you get what you asked for when you get James Harden, and we didn't want Harden, and y'all blowing me up in them first 4 games when Harden was having good games and stuff. Nothing. We're talking about when the playoffs rolled around. That's when we need him to show up.
Yep.
James Harden did like he always do, disappeared in the playoffs.
Yep.
So and now we stuck.
Oh, go ahead.
We stuck with him because he got a player option. He'd be an idiot not to take that option. $47 million. I think this year he's tied for second as the highest paid player in the league. The next year he got an extra $2 million on top of that, so it's going to be at $47 million. I said that's crazy for you that don't even do shit in the playoffs.
Well, like you said, they don't have any choice, and they also can't do it because they got to keep him because people going to say, well, you got rid of all them players and a draft pick, and you don't even have James Harden anymore, so they don't have no choice but to keep him. Yeah. Oh, and last but not least, now what's your issue with Coach Doc Rivers?
Well, like I said, for one, that whole Ben Simmons debacle, he started that shit because if he was a good coach, he could have smoothed that shit over and fixed that situation. You know what I mean? And then secondly, like just the substitutions. Like I love Maxey to death, but if Maxey off, why don't you have him like help with the point guard duties? You could probably sit Harden down in the second half. If you talk to Harden, if you're not going to be in the game, I don't need you in the game. Your head ain't in the game because he didn't give a shit in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Harden got 11 points in the first half. Most of his points and his assists came in the first half. Second half, he was just an extra body out there that wasn't doing nothing. Wasn't shooting, wasn't getting assists, wasn't playing defense. So for all that, you could have moved Maxey to the point. Stop gunning and stuff. Help set up the big man in the paint. You know what I mean? Tobias Harris wasn't off, but he just wasn't shooting. Tobias. And you know, Tobias is his guy, like, you know, his fucking son or something. Tobias. Be aggressive. I need you to shoot the ball more. Because Tobias got a nice jumper. He just don't shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said with the coach, because when the shit started going sideways, he didn't have no adjustments he could do. He was just stuck on stupid. They showed the corner, he said, the game ain't over. We got a lot of time left. We can do this. Like, yo, the game is over.
Now, you don't have anything to say about your GM?
Who's the GM? Daryl Morey?
Yes.
Well, he got Harden. Harden is his guy, so it is what it is. If you get Morey and Harden is available, of course he's going to bring him over.
Okay. So you don't blame the GM in all this?
Well, he's the one that had to pull the trigger on the trade. So yes, it was a shitty trade to begin with. He gave up way too much. When he gave all that stuff up for Harden, he depleted our bench, depleted our future draft pick. You know what I mean? Like we had no backup center right now. We had no spark off the bench. I mean, Shake Milton came in off the bench and played good the last game. But if we'd have had Drummond and we'd have had what's the guard name? Curry, that was instant offense right there from Curry, because if he's hot, he's dropping them Jones.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it was Wednesday. The NFL released their 2022/2023 season schedule. Now I'm gonna read the Eagles schedule. Now, I'll just read it and just stop me when you want to chime in on a game or anything like that. So we have week 1. The Eagles face the Detroit Lions Sunday, September 11th, 1:00 on Fox. Week 2. The Vikings are facing the Eagles, first home game, Monday Night Football, September the 19th, 8:30 on ABC. Since when did Monday Night Football come back to ABC? That's not on ESPN anymore?
I think they was taking turns, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
I feel like they was taking turns.
All right, we go to Carson Wentz country. The Eagles go to face. I want to say the Redskins so bad. Face the Washington Commanders Sunday, September the 25th, 1 o'clock on Fox. Week 4, the Jaguars are coming facing the Eagles on Sunday, October the 2nd, 1 o'clock on CBS. Week 5, the Eagles playing against the Cardinals, which should be a good game. Sunday, October the 4th, 4:25 on Fox. Week 6, the Cowboys face the Eagles Sunday, October the 16th, 8:20 NBC. 7 week is a bye. Week 8, the Steelers coming to the facing the Eagles Sunday, October the 30th, 1 o'clock on CBS. Week 9, the Eagles face the Texans Thursday, November the 3rd, 8:15 on Prime Video. Now the question with this Prime Video, do you have to be a Prime member to watch this?
I think so.
Oh, that's like a ripoff. The Washington Commanders are coming, facing the Eagles Monday, November the 14th, 8:15 ESPN. The only reason why they got that Monday Night Football game is because of Carson Wentz and the Eagles. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
oh, okay. You went blank. Just your picture showing. Okay, week 11, the Eagles facing the Colts Sunday, November the 20th, 1 o'clock on CBS. Week 12, the Packers are facing the Eagles Sunday, November 27th, 8:20 NBC. Week 13, the Titans at the Eagles Sunday, December the 4th, 1 o'clock on Fox. Week 14, the Eagles face the Giants Sunday, December 11th, 1 o'clock on Fox. Week 15, the Eagles face the Bears Sunday, December 18th, 1 o'clock on Fox. Week 16, the Eagles face the Cowboys Saturday, Christmas Eve, 4:25 on Fox. Week 17, the Eagles face Saints are coming to the Eagles Sunday, New Year's Day, 1 o'clock on Fox. Week 18, the Giants is coming to face the Eagles. No time because that's a flex game. It could be either January the 7th or January the 8th. It depends. If both teams doing good, they'll probably be on that 8th. If both teams suck or one of them suck, it's going to be on the 7th. So any thoughts on this on this 2022/2023 season?
Not really. I really didn't break down the games and see what's going on with them. From what you were saying, I feel like we got maybe like 3 tough games, and then like I say we split with the Cowboys. We should be able to kick the Giants' ass and kick the Redskins' ass both times. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at like maybe 4 or 5 losses total.
Okay.
If they play up to par to my standard.
Okay.
But like I said, that's just like off the top right now. I have to like look at the teams and see what's going on. I haven't really like paid attention to it yet.
Mm-hmm. So, TV and movie talk. Anything you've watched? Pause. Let's talk about our. Well, I'll let you start. Phil and I saw Doctor Strange last week, and I talked about it before. I said I'll give you my review when Philip is on. So, what's your thoughts on the movie?
It was entertaining. I thought it could have been better, so I'm gonna give it a bad rating. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it like a 6.5.
Mm-hmm. 6.5 isn't bad.
It's bad when it's a Marvel movie, and I like Marvel movies. You got to at least do a 7 or better.
See, I give it a 7 because I like how they trying to start everything. Because you see, they're going in type of the Secret Wars. They're going into the Secret Wars, and they pretty much bought the Fantastic Four, and people been begging for some Fantastic Four shit. They bought that in. They bought the X-Men in. And I like what they're trying to start off with. I mean, because it can go in either direction. It can go into the Secret Wars. I'm thinking they're going to do the Secret Wars. Now, are they going to have a Beyonder, or is Krang going to be the top villain? I don't know.
Kang probably.
Yeah, I think so too. Because Beyond her,
They already
well,
it's kind of hitting at him.
right. But okay, now can they introduce a Beyonder in this Thor?
I don't know.
Because it's with the Guardians of the Galaxy, so maybe they probably can bring them in. I don't know. But yeah, they're going different ways into that. That's why I thought that I liked. I liked how they brought
Mm-hmm.
those people in. And supposedly Iron Man was supposed to be on that. Well, Iron Man is on that Illuminati Council, but they didn't have
Right,
him
I
on the
saw
show.
the latest things on YouTube, and they had like Iron Man all suited up and stuff.
Yeah,
But the
but
reason why, like, it was
oh,
like little stuff that I didn't like. Like, I hate movies where, like, even at the very beginning, when he was talking in Spanish, but then he went right to English. Like, if you just want to talk in Spanish because you can speak Spanish, then stay with it. Why, like, do that for a little while and then turn right back around and speak in English? That
hmm
I thought that was stupid. You know what I mean? Then I thought when Doctor Strange was telling them like she's Scarlet Witch is coming, she's gonna fuck shit up, this and that. It was pretty much like, oh, we'll deal with her we'll deal with the witch when she get here. And then she came there and kicked all the ass. You know what I
right.
mean? Like if y'all knew y'all supposed to be Illuminati, y'all know what's going on. Y'all should have like some of them people on that squad was like real powerful, and they just got beat like they wasn't shit. So I didn't like that. It just went out way too easy. Like like Monica Rambeau, Professor X, the dude with the fork on his head. You know what I mean? Like they were some powerful people, and they just got fucking killed like they wasn't shit.
Mm. Oh, I forgot the Inhumans too, which you just mentioned. Black Bolt is his name. I forgot they brought in the Inhumans also. So
Mm-hmm.
that same guy played
Mm-hmm.
played Black Bolt in the Inhumans TV show.
Right. And I didn't like how Scarlet Witch had she had the book that can help her travel through dimensions. So if she
hmm
had the book, why was she after the girl? They made it seem like the girl was the only one that can do that, and that's why Scarlet Witch wanted her. Then come to find out, she could do it through the book. So that was
hmm
kind of. And then the girl can pick dimensions to where she want to go, but she can't pick the dimension where her mom at.
And she could she remember she can only use her powers when she get real mad. But that
Oh, that's bullshit.
at the end, she
So
focused. She
right, so that's
focused
the thing
on
we always talk about. We always talk about with these superhero movies and shows. They never work on their powers. You know what I
right.
mean? Like if
Because
you have power, like you'll always be trying to focus and try to figure this shit out. But they sit
right,
around and like, yeah, I don't know how to do it unless I get mad, like whatever. You know what I mean?
right.
So I
Well,
thought it was some bullshit.
even from the jump when she was a little kid and she signed her mother's off to
Mm-hmm.
another,
Right.
you would think like holy shit, if I did that and I just got mad, let me try to see if I can focus on
Exactly. Yep.
trying to do it. Maybe I can go in a
Mm-hmm.
dimension and get my mother's back.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of stupid too. Because even if you know I got to get mad to open up the portals, let's just say that's how it is, since you can't focus, you'll just make yourself get mad every time to open up the portals. But she did
Right.
none of that.
hmm Right. Oh, you made me think about that damn Smallville. Oh, that thing was awful.
God, it used to drive me crazy.
I,
Like Superman, he want to be Superman.
right. Man, I'd be sitting in that farm. I'd be like, well, look, I know I can fly. Let me try to
Yep.
focus and see if I can do this shit.
And you know you can't get hurt, so shit just keep going on. You jumping off.
Right.
You keep smacking the ground enough, you'll get a hold of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, anything else you watched this week?
I watched what's the name today? What's it called? The Warrior movie.
What's that?
What is it called?
The
They had the
Northman?
previews on. Yeah, Northman.
Oh, now how
Yeah,
was that? I have it on my flash drive. I didn't watch it.
like
How was it?
I like it was some bullshit at the end. It got a little weird, but I
hmm
liked it. It could have been a little bit more action. I'll probably give it like a good 7.5, close to 8. Not really 8 because I wish it had a little bit more action.
hmm Anything else?
I watched Married at First Sight.
Jay said none of them couples is gonna stay together. How
Yeah,
about
I said the only one was Elijah Wine, and then when they all stayed together, I was like, oh shit.
how about the other brother and sister. They're gonna stay married, but they're not gonna live together. Now
Oh yeah, that's some bullshit.
That's all on her. She
Yep,
the one that thought
yep.
about that. Well, how about
Mm-hmm.
we just stay married, but we just won't live together?
I'd be like, how about I'll divorce you and you do whatever you want? Yeah, that's crazy. My man can't even get the rubber button. He wants to then stay married to her.
Right. I guess he's just trying to keep faith. Like it's going to be good if we have to wait this long. I can't understand how you sit in a room with her and not even talk about having sex.
Well, because she already nipped that in the bud early on, so that's why he's like, you know what I mean? He's scared to make a move, and then she gonna say, you know when it's okay to be what she say, affectionate with me, and when it's not, and that's bullshit. Like how would he know that if you already keep shooting him down?
Right. And we got Mark the Shark, who should have left that woman weeks ago. They stayed married.
See, I don't think so. I think she should leave Mark. I don't think Mark should leave her because Mark is a dirtball and he's a bum.
Well, either or, because like I said, that would have turned me off when she started. If she would have been talking about my mom like that, and my mom ain't right and sick and stuff, why would you even bring her up? See, that would already turn me off against her.
Well, it would turn me off against him if this motherfucker got roaches and bed bugs and shit all over the house. You gotta fucking wear a mask in there. So that tell you right there was fleas in there because he had what 3-4 cats.
I don't understand. I don't understand why a man has all these damn cats anyway.
Yeah, that's weird to me too. But you know what it was? It's probably deeper than that. It's probably those cats probably could have been like his girlfriend / landlord cats.
It could have been.
You know what I mean? And so he get to stay there, but he got to take care of her cats, and he fucking fell in love with the cats.
Yeah, true. And we have Noi and her husband. They're staying together. She was on him about not having a job and money, but yet she still stayed with him. Mm-hmm. And they making him seem like the our doctors, Dr. Big Legs, as I call her. Dr. Big Legs, Dr. Pepper, and the pastor. They're making him seem, when they were talking to him, they're making him seem like he's some type of loser or something. Did you notice that?
I think that's the way they plan it. But he looked at those rings, and then as soon as he looked at those rings online and was trying to design the ring and all that, it made it seem like he was just doing that for show. And then, of course, he pops the ring out, and that's like over $10,000 for that ring. Well, obviously he got paid. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like they would never put a dude on the show that don't got no job and no money on one of these tours. That would be like putting a female on here that got all these kids out of wedlock. They don't do stuff like that.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, damn, you talking to him like he's like some bum, like he's like bumming money off of her and all that stuff. If he don't work and he's not asking anybody for any money, let him do his thing.
Exactly. And he said he was paying majority of the stuff anyway, even though he's not working. So he got to pay majority of everything. He got to do all the household stuff. And she already like, no. She like, even when he get a job, he got to do all that stuff.
Right.
Girl, you crazy.
But
he's like, I'll get a job, but I'm gonna split everything 50-50. And she's like, no.
Anything else?
Nothing I can think of. I didn't watch what's the name? We Own the Streets. I didn't watch that this week.
Did you watch it yet?
Yeah, I watched the first. I want to say the first. Did I watch the first 2 episodes? Definitely the first one I watched. I feel like I watched the second one, but I'm not sure.
And
have you been watching it?
Yeah. What you think?
It's hard for me to watch it because, like I said before, I'm like always looking like, damn, is one of these dudes supposed to be him? My homeboy?
Yeah.
But no, I think I only seen, what is that, 3 right now? 3 episodes?
Is it 3? It might be the 4th one this week coming. So yeah, you're right.
So
I think it's only 4.
I think I might have watched just the first 2.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Nothing I can think of. You watch anything?
All the stuff you pretty much mentioned, other than a Norseman. You haven't watched 61st Street yet, right?
No, I put that in the queue.
Anything? You don't watch Ozark, and you don't watch Bosch.
I watched like the first 2 episodes of Ozark when it first came out, and I thought it was all that, but I just didn't stay with it. It was like, because it'd be so much shit on.
Yeah.
So much different shit you can watch.
Yeah, and you don't watch Bosch, right? Yeah, Bosch is it's Bosch Legacy, but it's focusing on the daughter's a cop now. So Bosch is now he's not a detective anymore. He's a private investigator. What else? The LA Lakers TV show. I think last week was the season finale because they won the championship. Barry, you don't watch Barry, right?
No.
Yeah, Barry.
You watch way too much shit. I don't know how you find time to watch all that shit.
Well,
I got enough. But you watch everything I watch, and on top of that, 10 more shows.
Well, I told you I have my Kindle with me at work, so I have to watch 20 minutes of. I have to watch something in 20-minute increments, like movies. My mom had got on me because what's that Leonardo DiCaprio movie? Is it called Up There? It's called something Up There. The one with Tyler Perry is in.
Oh, I don't know.
It was a Netflix movie. It came out last year during the pandemic. And it's like I think it's like 2 hours and 30 minutes. Man, it took me like 2 weeks to watch that movie.
Well, see, that's the reason why I haven't watched Batman yet. I'm a fan of Batman, but I don't know if I can do no 3 hours.
Yeah, that's 3 hours. Yeah, because at work I only can watch like 20 minutes of it at a time. And I told my mom, like, yeah, I finished watching it. And she said, like, it took you almost 2 weeks to watch that movie. It was about 2 weeks, yeah. So that's why I get to watch. Yeah, it's kind of like a satire or maybe a black comedy about like the world coming to an end. It's almost it's like a black comedy or maybe a satire. I don't know what category they would put that in, but they're talking about like us in real life and how we treat the environment and all that stuff. But they're showing how like the real people in charge are so inept and don't know shit and don't want to listen to anybody and all that stuff. So it was good. Yeah, I liked it. Well, Tyler Perry has a small part. He's not. Well, is it small? He's like he's like Michael Strahan, like a person on like a morning show. And Leonardo DiCaprio became like an overnight celebrity, and he was like always going on the show and stuff. So that's how Tyler Perry got to be on the show. What else looked at? That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Damn, I thought the Bucks was going to repeat. They got knocked off today.
Yep.
You watch that shit.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. I watched like the up to halftime. Right, yo. Go ahead. What you about to say?
I just want to say they just came out flat in the second half. That's what killed them.
Right, y'all. You can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at PNL Judgmentals, Instagram at _Judgmentals, or you can email us at pnljudgmentals@gmail.com. So thank y'all for listening.
All right, peace out.
All right.
This money, man. Fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you're mad at me just by how your face look. You can check the status on my level, not my Facebook. Comments on my photos, that's why I stay on the low. Most of y'all is associates, so I be on my dolo. Hold up, hold the phone. You think all I do is rap? I can do it on